Welcome to From Tech Developer to Real Estate Developer. Here you'll go from making ends meet behind a keyboard to living in true freedom by using real estate well. Never having to work a full-time job, report to a manager, or give your adult life to a corporation that probably doesn't care about you. We will give you everything you need for your journey: techniques, principles, real-world experience, and application, filtered through 5 key power principles from my book, People Power, Other People's Money, How to Win, Enjoy, and Reserve. Get ready to take notes. Let's jump into From Tech Developer to Real Estate Developer. Welcome back to From Tech Developer to Real Estate Developer. I'm Ivan, and here's George. We're going to have an awesome video here today on how to raise 1 million in 1 hour. We're going to try to talk to each aspect surrounding that throughout the time here today. So let me go ahead and introduce him. George is a successful entrepreneur and business coach with a proven track record in both the restaurant industry and online platforms. He's coached and mentored hundreds of entrepreneurs in Canada, the USA, and beyond. George introduced a simplified business model known to help real estate fund and portfolio owners create investor groups or clubs. As of today, he's working on acquiring 316 units, and he's partnered on hundreds of deals before that. He has numerous awards. I'll name just a few here: Best Sales and Marketing Consultancy Award 2023, Wealth and Finance International from the UK, the Most Innovative Sales and Marketing Consultancy Award 2022, Wealth and Finance International UK, the Most Inspiring Immigrants in Atlanta, Canada Award, or Atlantic Canada Award 2022, My East Coast Experience, Halifax Chamber of Commerce Awards 2022, finalist for exporting, and finalist for Changemaker, Digital Diversity Award, Digital Nova Scotia. So I just scratched the surface, of course, of everything this guy does. George, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, and very happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Glad you came. Thanks for accepting the invite. And by the way, do you want to elaborate on your story for up to 2 minutes here?
Yeah, absolutely. I started back in the days. I come from the tech background, so I started with management information system. I started to build like couple applications, and this is how my entrepreneurial journey started. I built a couple applications, but they were amazing and the great products, great ideas. But I liked one thing: how to communicate that value, how I can sell that product to the right audience. And I drove all those applications like just down the hill quickly. So like I started to learn from those. Like I'm missing one thing, and I didn't figure it out. Like it's just like a sales or how to communicate something and or to communicate the value to the people who can benefit from that value. And after that, I started to transition into from tech to restaurant business. And while I was in the restaurant business, I had like many friends. They were in the real estate business, and they always tell me like, George, we have to be involved in the real estate. But nobody was able to tell me or to share with me exactly what is the blueprint, like how I'm going to start. Especially at the beginning, you may have a lot of fears. Maybe how I can deal with tenants and like all those like fears that comes with, especially with the new real estate investors. So those burdens like just halted me from proceeding in the real estate investing until I started to invest in coaching and started to get the right coaches and the right mentors to help me understand how real estate investing work. And really, here we go. Like my journey in real estate, just I still like at the beginning. I said like just kicking off.
Awesome. Excited to jump into that journey some more. So let's go through the POWER acronym. So people power, other people's money or resources, winning, enjoying, and reserve. So people power first. You just touched on that towards the end there. You got invested in yourself, you got coaches. What did that look like in your journey to how to make that phone call, how to raise 1 million or phone calls, raising a
Yeah.
million in 1 hour?
Well, yeah, like when I started like one-on-one, and then later on I said like, oh, how about you can leverage things? So instead of doing things one-on-one, how I can leverage one-to-many? And this is exactly what I did in December 2022. Like when I was starting my real estate investing journey for myself, because before all the deals that I did, they were just I'm connecting people like for opportunities and connecting people to raising capital. But after that, like literally my journey started in there and started, I wanted to share my story with and my experience, like what I have learned with the, at least with the people who already know me in the business in the business aspect. And in this session, I didn't realize I just did the session and shared with them how money works and why real estate investing and how you can leverage real estate against inflation and all of that, like people that sometimes they don't have the right knowledge about. And after that session, like people start to call me, even like I forget to give them a call to action saying, call me or I'm raising capital or doing, they started to call me saying like, George, I have 400K, I have 300K, I have 100K. And multiple people, they started to reach out and saying, we have that money and we want to invest with you. Like after this session, we learned so much, we want to invest. And that's like got my attention. Like in just 1 hour, I was able to raise that $1 million. And then while I was like in the market and listening to other real estate investors and what they do, one of the well-known real estate investors, he said, or he has a program. He said, I'm going to teach you how we can raise $1 million in the next 90 days. I said, I just did that in 1 hour. There's something in there. So the power of connecting with the right people. And this is why it brings you back to literally connecting to the right people and sharing with them exactly what they want, or some things sometimes that is hidden from them, that maybe some people they kept it as secret. That brings those people forward and say like, here we go, we have that money, or we trust you, and we want to collaborate together
Oh,
on what you're
could,
doing.
could you elaborate on how you presented this information? Like, did you have lunches? Did you have classes you showed people?
It's exactly what I did. I created a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, and I invited people in there. And then I put a Zoom link and I said on Saturday, on that day, it was December 2022, where I'm going to go live, and the recording is going to be available for people who cannot attend. And exactly this is what I did. 50 people signed up, 49 showed
Whoa.
on the Zoom. Yeah, it's just like from my network. Like this is why right now you have anyone on Facebook, you have 100 or you have thousands that you already know. And those people either like they are employees, they are business owners, they are people who are investing in the retirement fund. And those people, they know they are not getting the return they have to be getting. Just explain to them the opportunity. Like it's impossible for people when they have the right knowledge not to see the opportunity in real estate investing. And once like this moment or this light bulb goes on, it's hard to solve those people.
Wow. That is super simple and awesome. You just created a Facebook group,
Yeah.
told them I'll be here and there at this time, show up, register, and that's it. Oh, I
And the
love
word
it.
spread, the word spread. Like
Yeah.
today, I was talking to my friend, like talking about those numbers, like the actual units that we're going to work on. My friend called me today that said, George, like I see that you are working with investors and raising capital. I have those projects. Like he came forward with many projects and 48 units, 79 units, like like big project for development. And you start to attract, like this is the power. Like you start to attract when you put the right knowledge in front of people. Because the most common question that, or the most things that we are being programmed on, knowledge is a power. Like this is one of the things. And when I ask people like who believe knowledge is a power, like everybody raise their hand. And I say, like, what if you have the wrong knowledge? What kind of power do you have?
Mm,
So
garbage.
it's destructive. Yeah, and this is what like what we are like buying in maybe in the last decades.
Yeah.
Invest in retirement funds, invest in RSP in Canada, and the most important, we give you like 15% return. And if you calculate for like that 15%, you get on average 3 to 4, and then it's not the inflation is not calculated. So in Canada, for instance, and US, the inflation is around like 8%. So you can imagine I'm putting all that money and I'm losing 4%.
Hmm.
What kind of deal is that? Whereas like in real estate, when you invest your money in real estate, the inflation is in there. Like you, when you get your money, when you get your return, the inflation is already been calculated.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty. So when I say like invest in real estate, or if you want to invest in stocks, if you want to invest in stocks or mutual funds, you have to invest like Warren Buffett. Like you should not have the middle person. The middle person like will eat everything. The
Yeah.
bank or insurance company or financial institutions,
Yeah. The
those are
retirement
the people who are
brokerage.
making. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
people like who are making the profit, not you. So this
Yeah.
is why you are the investor.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. In the leading up to that Facebook group, how did you network with these people? How did you get them as Facebook friends? What was that journey like?
Like I have my own business, so I do training and I do coaching on business development. I focus mostly on marketing and sales, and I help people how like pivot online and grow their markets online.
Hmm.
So I'm already like in this domain for a while, and I have very well known name like all the awards that you have listed. Those are mostly on the marketing and sales what I do in the business development.
Yeah.
So I created this kind of credibility among business owners, like with time. So this is why being like creating the credibility in there is very important, and it should not take like too long. Like you don't have to be, for instance, like me in business before, in order to raise money or to be in real estate. No, the most important is how you're going to position yourself in a way that people trust you. And when they trust you, they are trusting you on their money, on the future of their family. So this is what we need to showcase. Like this is the first thing you need to showcase to those people. So all those connections that I started to build throughout the years, I started to leverage those in real estate. And this is what translated into when I posted on Facebook and say, I'm going to run this. It was a free session about real estate investing for you to understand how you can invest in real estate investing. Those 50 people came forward and joined the info session that I did on Zoom, but also they were like a small community on that Facebook group.
Okay. We're sort of naturally transitioning into other people's money or resources
Mm.
because you're talking about many different aspects of networking. So could you touch on, let's say we're a beginner's listening and they don't necessarily have a good network yet. What would you recommend they start with to get the good network, also get the good experience so that they have confidence when they do set up that Facebook Live?
At the beginning, like even when I started with real estate investing, or any business, always collaborate with the ones who have the experience. That's the easiest way. So if you know how to raise money, raise money. If you know how to develop, how to do renovation, do the things that you are good at, or do the things that you are willing to invest. So if I don't know like to do anything, I will try to do renovation. Maybe I will be the working partner on the floor to be able to raise the money from someone else like to bring people together on a
Mhm.
joint venture to do one deal and start small. Like you don't have to start with a fund or big money or 50 units. That's a great. At some point, like I recommend everybody to go quickly big, not like play one home at a time or one property per year. I recommend to go like quickly, but at the beginning, just to get started, leverage what you are good at and partner always with the other people who have what you don't, either skill or money and you will be amazed. Lots of people they have skills, money, or things to join you on. It's just people they are lacking the opportunity, they are lacking the good deal.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the people that are experts that you want to collaborate with, they more than likely don't have time. So you
Right.
could definitely help them with the sweat equity piece,
Yeah.
maybe tenant management, renovation contractor management. There was this gentleman I met last year, and he had a lot of property management experience. And he said,
Mhm.
Ivan, I want to help you out. I want to scale up, be a part of your scaling up of your firm. And I said, okay, you just got to work during business hours. Like, I'll work with you, but I'm not going to take time out of my evenings with my
Right.
wife. That's valuable to me. And he could have just taken out time out of his lunch, maybe 15, 30 minutes. But he
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm not interested anymore. So
And
he just lost a major opportunity.
but like the idea there are a lot. Like you have to make it your business. Like this is not just one time thing. Like I met a guy, and this is what got me in real estate back in the days. And this gentleman, he just have one company, and under this company, he has many LLCs and things like that. But it's amazing how he was connected with every single doctor, lawyer, engineer, like in the city who don't have time for real estate investing, but they need to leverage that. So they do what they do. They are great at the craft they are doing, but they have that excess of money. They put it with this gentleman, so they are growing all those assets together. So when I
Hmm.
start to meet him every single, like he does a gathering every single Sunday, I go there, I see doctors and engineers in my city that I didn't meet before. I said, like, how does he know all of that? And you get to start small, start with one, two, and people start to refer each other. Like once they start trusting you and like you have the credibility and you run your business with a great honesty and integrity, like people, you start to attract people. And I cannot explain it until like you experience it. Like it's amazing how people start to be attracted to you when you do everything with high integrity and high
Hmm.
transparency.
Yeah. Sadly, integrity is more lacking in today's society.
Especially when it comes to money. So,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely when you're collaborating with people, be on the up and up with everything. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, do it. Follow through.
Right.
Um, before we started recording, you mentioned two powerful words about your main kind of living mantra, which is be invested. Um, that definitely speaks to networking, but also the inner mindset. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. When I do like the business development, I ask people, when you go to the bank, like what do you think how many products the bank has? And everybody says, bank, they have hundreds of products. I say, no, banks, they have only two products. Products for investors and products for consumers.
Mhm.
So which one are you? So when you are an investor, you go to the bank, you meet people that you don't meet if you are just like applying for a credit card just to consume. So I started to pay attention, like there's something in there, even in the bank. When you talk to the language of investing, you meet people that are totally different from the language of people in the bank who are just like giving you money just to spend credit cards and line of credit just to spend to consume. And that started to like I started the realization that no, I want to be on that part. Like in investing, there's something. I started to dig deeper, and exactly like it's very obvious. Like in life, either you are an investor or a creator of what you do, or you are just like consuming. You just like roll as the society and everybody is rolling, and like life happens to you. And here you are creating your own life.
Mm.
So do you want to create your own life, or do you want just like roll with whatever is rolling? Which is like
Mhm.
this is why people are running from one problem to another, from negativity to another, from like one challenge to another, and there is no hope for most people. Like they reach retirement and they don't even know how to retire because they are just like crawling on the consumer side.
Mm.
So you have to invest. So I say every single investment that you do, it's an asset. So when you invest in your in the right knowledge and the right mentorship and the right coaching, you are creating mental assets. Those mental assets, they're going to help you to create mental like skills assets.
Yeah.
Mental assets and skills assets, they're going to give you the confidence to build money assets, real estate assets. Like I see real estate and money, those are the byproducts of the person, like you, who you become as a person. Are you an investor? You can produce tons of real estate investing and tons of money. But the problem is most people, they are in the consumer side and they want to create real estate, or they want to create those assets. And there's a huge gap.
Yeah.
It's like I want to create something, I don't have anything to create it. So just like a hope. So yeah, like you need, like, people who are listening to us, you need to make a decision right now. Should I, or do I want to be an investor and I create my life, or I'm just a consumer and the life just happens to me?
That's powerful right there. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that you can't be a millionaire without investing. Uh, probably the only exception is if you become a engineer at Google.
But yeah, or
Maybe you make
maybe
a million.
engineer, the founder of Google.
But then you'd be working 200 hours a week and having no life.
Yeah, especially for like coders and developers. You spend like so much time, and
Yeah.
yeah, we think that we are creating, but we are creating things that are not for us. Like, if I can code, I would try to create something for me while I'm creating for others. Even real estate. Like, I started real estate by just raising capital for others and getting my commission. I said, like, like what I'm creating for me in here.
Mm.
So I started to shift. No, I need to build like those assets. Uh, for me to build those assets, I need to build the assets in here first. And like so many assets that you have to build in order to see if the physical is forming around you. So yeah, that's amazing how it goes.
Yeah. I tried to analogize what you said about consumer versus investor, and this is the closest I got. It's kind of like eating versus multiplying food.
Yeah, so you are
Yeah.
producing or you're just like consuming.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's a major
uh,
difference there.
huge. Yeah, you are correct, 100%.
Yeah.
Love it this way.
Hmm. Okay, well, that was other people's money or resources. I know you're enjoying that content, but I just wanted to personally invite you to the Commonwealth Affordable Housing Fund. If you want to passively earn while also building communities, doing philanthropy even, while getting quarterly distributions and even sharing in the exit about 5 years down the line, then please join us. This used to just be for friends and family, but you could join in now. You could be essentially earning through an expert, which is I, running the investment firm Commonwealth. So if you want to be a part of it, and also get access to exclusive events where we go to in-progress construction and I show you how your money is being used actively and how the renovation was just complete and how this is going to help change people's lives, how we negotiated an acquisition. So you could be a part of those events throughout the year and also earn passively. So if you want to be a part of that, please click the link below and I'll let you back to your awesome content. Thanks. Let's jump into, because I know we have limited time with you. Let's jump into winning. So I think of winning in the way most people don't. I like to learn from my losses and failures. So tell us about a time you learned something from a failure.
Like my biggest, I say like failure is not failure. So failure is just the other aspect of success. Failure and success, they walk together. So the failure that we think about is when you quit.
Oh yeah.
Like when you give up, when you quit, this is the actual failure that most people think about.
Hmm.
But failure is just like challenges, and you have to see opportunities in every single challenge. Like you have to shift your perspective on looking on things. So maybe I look at thing and I say, oh, this is big challenge, this is scary. And you look at the same and you say, oh, I have a big opportunity in there. So anytime you see a failure or a challenge, always think about like what's in it for me, what is the opportunity in there. And that's what happened exactly in 2013. I opened a restaurant and I wasn't like in the restaurant business. Uh, I discovered later on that I like to eat, but I don't like to cook. So it was totally different thing. It was very painful that experience. And in 9 months, I walked away from the restaurant business because it wasn't the right fit for me. Like before, I was coaching restaurant owners how they can like create and grow their business, and I was super successful. But this kind of business wasn't for me.
Hmm.
So I had to walk away, and it was very painful, and I lost almost like everything after that. But that's like that pain, it just I said like I'm going to figure it out what happened and how I can make it so I don't go back to experience the same. And
Mm,
this is when I started to transition into learning and investing in myself just to figure out exactly what happened to me through that experience. So yeah, 2013 it was my shifting point into taking my life seriously and totally different like route and taking my like taking high responsibility on the things that I'm doing. Because
mm,
before, it's just if something happens, that's great. If not, maybe sometimes I'm just sitting waiting for circumstances to happen around me. You have to create the life around you.
yeah.
Like you cannot just sit and wait for your mom or dad or friend or government to come and make things for you. Like all those resources are around you, opportunities are all over the places. You have to take that responsibility and create the things that you want to create in your own life.
Indeed. What helped you to identify that the restaurant business was not fulfilling to you?
Um, like you like I heard so much the notion of passion or money.
Mm,
And before that, the business, the restaurant business, always when I focus on the money, I hear people, "Oh no, you have to focus on the passion."
mm,
And then I focus on the passion, and I get broke. And it was like back and forth, passion or money, because I didn't understand like how that happens in first place.
mhm,
And then I realized like you need it all. Like you need money, you need passion, you need to have the fulfillment, you need to be happy. And literally the realization with the restaurant, like when you wake up in the morning and you feel like you say, like, I don't want to leave my bed, this is the worst feeling that you have.
yeah.
So you have to do a business that you really love. So you can spend 16 hours per day and you don't feel that you are working.
Mhm.
Like today, I work from 7 a.m. maybe till 10 or 11 p.m. While I see family like in between, but I don't feel I'm working. Before in the restaurant, like I sleep, let's say midnight, and I wake up, I feel I just like slept 1 minute. I said like, I'm glad, like I don't want to wake up. I just
Yeah.
want to just sleep more. So, so yeah, like when you have this feeling that you are not happy, like pivot somewhere else. Don't just because I see people they get stuck in things they don't like all their lives, and they have no plan to at least try something new.
Yeah.
So because of the restaurant, it was a pizza restaurant. I always ask people the question when you open a business, do you want to make pizza for the next 30 years? Yes or no? Most people they say no. But what you are doing right now, nothing. So good luck. You're going to make pizza for the next 30 years. So most people they don't have a goal, they don't have purpose, and they don't have even a plan
Mhm.
to achieve what they want to achieve. And that's the huge problem.
That's a good analogy to relationships too. If you like I could relate to a previous relationship I was in where I felt fatigue. I didn't feel challenged or excited about the relationship. It was kind
Right,
of like
pushed.
going
Yeah.
with the motions, you know?
Right.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. Deep fatigue could be a sign that you're not doing what you want to do.
Right. And it's a call, like it's an internal call to start doing or at least experiencing something. Because if you are not happy with your job or your business, you don't have just to close it. Like I literally closed the store and walked away. But you don't have to do that. Like you can start to pivot, you start to do things on the side and like take another route and start to shift bit by
Yeah.
bit.
It could
And
be
you will
step
find
by
your way.
step. Yeah.
You will find your way. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, brother. Okay. How do you enjoy what you've built?
Well, I'm still at the beginning of building my empire. So so I'm enjoying like it's not the empire I'm building or it's not the assets I'm building. I'm enjoying that I'm becoming more every single day. I'm becoming more for myself, for my family, for my kids, for my wife, for my community. That is where the real joy is, and that is translating into the assets I'm building. So it's so much fulfilling when you reflect, when that happiness comes from inside you, you enjoy literally anything that you are creating.
Mm.
But when it comes to the empire, I told my wife, like, we're still at the beginning, so we're going to build all that together. So we are working on that.
That's awesome. That's exciting. Y'all are doing it together too, as it'll mean that much more at the end, or
Correct. Yeah.
even in the middle. Um, man, that I wanted to share something on that. Enjoy. Um, it just left my head, of course.
We're talking about relationship, and we transition into like what we're building.
Yeah, enjoying the journey. Um, okay, maybe it'll come back to me later. So the last part is reserve. So there's all sorts of reserves: financial, emotional, spiritual, physical. Uh,
Anyways,
what's the latest reserve that you've been working on?
I like the way you lay them out because anything I do it at I call it like for profit. So you have four levels of the things that you need to take care of in your life. So you are not only successful, but also fulfilled and happy. So the first one is the physical, like money, assets, real estate, health, gender, sex. All of those happens on the physical. So you have to satisfy that. You have to create money. You have to create assets. You have to enjoy life. But that is not enough. That will not make you fulfilled because the fulfillment happens at different level. So you have to satisfy the physical, you have to satisfy the emotional, you have to satisfy the mental, and the spiritual is just the umbrella of all of those. So I heard like Dr. Bruce Lipton saying one time, like the spiritual life, like the difference between life and after what we call death, is just like it's the same. What you are creating right now, it's just like without having your body incorporated in that. So literally, what you are creating on those levels, and especially in the spiritual level, that's what's going to transcend us, like in the other life. So that is the real joy. This is the real fulfillment when you have all those four prophets laid out and experienced together instead of just focusing on one aspect.
Yeah, that last one of spirituality, I think is so key for me because I don't think I would have gotten to be able to leave my job in 2017 if I didn't focus. And I think
Right.
if you're a spiritual person, you got to focus. There's no distraction about silly things that we could all go into, shiny objects that don't matter in anything of life. Um, and we could think of it as sin, of course, like addiction could easily distract
Oh,
from the
geez.
spiritual realm and just
Right.
take you into a whole downward spiral. Um, so yeah, that's very important to me after I left my job. Um, I actually took a little journey on that too, because I noticed if I didn't have my Christian spirituality in a strong state, I was pretty depressed without having my job as an identity to kind of fill the gaps, the
Right.
routines of that. Um, do you have thoughts on that too?
Yeah, like I've been raised in a Christian family, but I think even like Christians at some point we are programmed by society more than we are like living the actual Christian life that has
Mm,
to be.
mm,
Uh, like I was raised in a family that's literally we believe that poverty is the way to our Lord Jesus Christ.
mm,
And then you realize, no, like Jesus is about abundance, but it's about life. It's about like why I need to be poor and shrinking and be afraid. Like this is not the life that Jesus Christ like came for.
yeah.
And then you start to realize, no, like those are just like societal programming that it's been incorporated negatively and attached to religion or Christianity or church or
Mm,
wherever you go. So we need to pay attention to literally what's where the truth is and what we are experiencing every single day. So abundance, the language of abundance, fulfillment, happiness, this is the actual language of Jesus Christ, not being poor and afraid and I don't know, hiding. Like this is not the actual life. And like in the Bible, the most important, I think, like parable is the parable of talents. That tells you exactly how Christian they have to live their life.
yeah.
Because God gave you talents. He gave me different talents. but your one talent or my two talents, like when like we have to invest those. And the parable of talent, it's all about investing.
Yeah.
I gave you one, and you have like how much do you return that to me? How much you help people? How much you invested in your community? How much you invested in yourself? How much you created impact? Like those are the talents that people that God like gave us. So when you are returning like those talents to Him, saying, "All right, what is my return?" Oh no, like nothing. I was just like afraid.
Yeah.
So this is why, like in like being an investor comes like literally from the Bible itself.
Indeed. Such a good parable. Um, yeah, and the one that just hid their talents under a piece
Yeah.
of some dirt, he ended up saying, "You evil person."
And this is exactly, we are
Yeah.
trained to do it right now. I don't
Yeah.
know like who's doing that, but I think society and school system, like everybody is coming together just to scare people from being abundant, from creating the life they should be creating.
Yeah. Just hoarding away, uh, getting society into as fearful a state as possible so that we don't use our talents to their biggest fruition.
Yeah, just to consume so they can sell us more. So remember, like who owns like the media and everything, like corporation who can sell you. So they need to program you in certain way so you can just like consume. You
Mhm.
should not reach your potential. You should not create. You should not invest. Just consume, and we are the creator for you.
Yeah. Um, I do want to mention the opposite side because some people maybe not well versed in the Bible may bring up the point of, well, what about the aspect of things could go wrong, and that's okay, and that the Bible talks about that too. Things could go wrong. You could lose your money. The point is to not lose your mind and
Right.
essentially treat money like an idol. Like I've lost my God, and that God doesn't care about me because this is gone temporarily. Like there could be a lesson there. Like for example, me when I had my first business, an internet cafe that went down the drain in 6 months, that was my college essentially. I learned that I'm never going to let a business go falter again. So
Right.
in the moment, I was really upset, but in reflection, it was a big silver lining. Like that was awesome. I'm glad I went through that early on, so I have that going forward.
Like we are in the physical experience in this life experience for that purpose. Like every single day, who are the people that we become, and that is the experience. It's not like how much money you pile in the bank and how much assets you put in a certain city. Like those are just like byproducts.
Mhm.
Because people who can produce like $1 million a day, they have different skill set, they have different like mental set, they have different set of actions and different decision making aspects from the people who just like produce $200 a week and they are super happy with that. So nothing wrong with this,
Yep.
but you cannot expect to do things in a certain way and expect that your result is going to that they're going to be exponential. You
Mhm.
have to put the right investment to reach what you want.
Gold. I love it. I finally remembered what the point was I wanted to make in enjoying. Maybe you could relate to this, but gratitude has been so foreign, especially gratitude for things that I've done and accomplished, has been so foreign for probably 95% of my life. So over the last few years, I've tried to do better about celebrating victories and celebrating great things I do. But could you relate to that, like having a hard time having gratitude for yourself and the things you do?
Like gratitude is the door of miracles. Like literally, this is how it is. Because when you are thankful for things, you are just saying like, I already have that. Like you are positioning everything in your emotions, in your feelings, in your mental, in your actions to say like, I already have that. I'm not proceeding to own something from lack. So like the action of gratitude, like every single morning, just say thanks for your health, for your family, for your money, for what you have, what you're going to build. And literally you go with that day, not only because you had the gratitude, but you go like stress free. Like everything becomes like easier. Like you
Mhm.
start to identify opportunities of instead of challenges way much easier when you proceed with everything with the gratitude. There's one gentleman in I forget his name, but he is like the Warren Buffett of Japan. And this is exactly, they asked him like, how did you build your empire? Uh, he has the concept is in Japanese. I don't remember the concept, but literally the concept is whenever he deals with money, he just think what's happening. So when he pay, he thank for paying that money and getting that product or that value. When he make money, he just like thank. So the action of thanking, it's the actual gratitude to put you that I'm creating things like from a place of abundance, not a place of lack.
Mm.
So from a place that I want to create, not from a place of fear and I don't know what could happen, uh, like like all of those like fear that's like most people they may have like at some point.
Mm.
So the actual gratitude is just like to thank in a way that literally I already have that, and I'm just like proceeding to see the physical at some point.
Uh, I love that, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, every time I journal in the night or in the morning, yeah, the rest of the day or the evening just feels so much better. I need to make a better habit of that daily.
And you mentioned like I have like couple journal in here. Like every single one of them, the first thing they start with like early morning and at the like I write my goals early morning and like before I go to bed. The first thing they ask you, what are you thankful for? Because they know, even in business development, they know the power of being thankful and the power of gratitude to put you on the right path to create what we want to create.
Mm.
It's not, yeah, you cannot create from the lack. You have to be on the abundant, like abundance life.
All right. Whenever you create a book, start a chapter off saying gratitude creates
Good.
miracles, because that's a powerful chapter you're going to make there.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, that's I will take it because I'm writing a book about the aspect of the just talking about the aspect of gratitude and how things like go in that realm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm writing a book about that, and yeah, I will send
Awesome.
you the copy, but I will take
Awesome.
that.
I can't wait.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah.
Excellent, George. Well, as we close here, did you have any last shares you wanted to share with the people watching or listening?
Just take care of your life and don't settle for little. Just in life, reach your potential. Like every single day, say what I'm going to do today to become like at least 1% better than the day before. And this is the fulfillment. This is the joy. This is the like literally you can see your life at totally different level. So be an investor, like create the life that you want. Don't let life just happen to you.
Excellent. And how could people get in touch with you, work with you, etc.?
You can find me on social media, Coach George Hanna, George with S. So Coach George Hanna, you can find me on all social media, including YouTube, and also you can find me with the investormagnetchallenge.com. This is where I can help you exactly execute what I did when and raising $1 million in 1 hour.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and throw that in the video or the show notes, whatever you're watching or listening on. Thank you so much for your time, George, and thank you for watching or listening to From Tech Developer to Real Estate Developer. Catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of From Tech Developer to Real Estate Developer. I hope you got a lot of return on investment for your time today, and I encourage you to share it with other people so that they could also get returns with this valuable education to invest in real estate. We're also sharing this free education because we want to help people learn how to invest so that they could also create more affordable housing units. We have a great goal of creating 2.5 million affordable housing units by 2047, and free education like this is a big part of that. So by you sharing, you are a part of the equation to create those affordable housing units. So I can't wait to see the end of the road that we're going to achieve together. Have an amazing and blessed day.